thing we need to do is create a new blank document. Just keep in mind that I am using Microsoft Word on a PC. I know a lot of you have MacBooks, so this is going to look a bit different for you, but whatever word processing software you're using, go and create a new blank document. Once you've created that new blank document, save it. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, and save it where you will be keeping all the rest of your TMAs. I've got a TMAs folder here. And I'm going to call it, I'm going to give it a name that is the same as the TMA title, but I'm also going to put my name at the beginning because I'm going to be sharing this with my tutor. Melissa Green, TMA01, and my learning journey. And then I'm going to press save. That's your first step. Okay, so our document is saved now. We're going to give it the TMA title. So for TMA01, this is my learning journey. Now, that title is very small. While the font is clear, it's very small. So just to make it clear that it is the title, I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to make it probably 20 or 22, bold and underlined. Then I'm going to save it again. So I've got my title ready. Just to keep in mind, you can use any clear font that you like. You can use Calibri or Arial is very, very clear, or Times New Roman, which you can find all the way down. Oh, I've gone past it here. I always like to use Calibri, it's my favourite. So as long as it is a clear font and nothing too obscure or too thin, make sure Calibri, Times New Roman, Arial, they're really good ones to go with. Okay, so I've chosen Calibri. Now, the rest of your document will need to be the same font, and that is size 12. Now, we want all your TMAs to be size 12 in the writing. So you need to make sure your font size is size 12 throughout your document. Another thing that we want you to set up as well is the space between the sentences. You may never have done this before, but again, I'm showing you in Microsoft Word. So for those of you who have got MacBooks, you'll probably need to look up how to do this yourself. Hopefully it's the same sort of thing, but you will need to go to paragraph, and you have a part of paragraph that's called spacing. Now mine's set to before and after 0 and 8. Now I want to change the after to 0 as well. Ooh, there we go. And the line spacing to 1.5 lines. And I'm going to set that as my default. You can save it for this document only, or you can save it for all as a template. It's up to you. I'm going to do for this document only. So now my font size is set up, and also my paragraph spacing. For your assignments, you will also need to have headers and footers. So a header is the top of the document, and the footer is the bottom. So in our header and footers, we want to have our personal identifier, we want to have our name, we want to have the TMA number, and at the footer we want to have the page number. So let me show you how to do that. I go to Insert, and over here on our ribbon, our menu ribbon up here, we have header and footer. So in my header, they give you some options of how you want yours to look at. You can use one of the ones that are already prepared for you, or you can just edit it yourself. I'm going to edit it myself. I'm going to put Melissa, cool, I can't even spell my own name, Green. I'm going to tab TMA01, tab personal identifier, or PI 0000000. Okay, so put your own name, the TMA, and your own personal identify number. And then I'm going to go to the footer, and I'm going to choose actually one of the built-in structures for the number, for the page number. Down there I get my page number, and that will appear on every single page. And then I can close my header and footer. So at the beginning, at the top, sorry, of my document, I have my name, I have the TMA number and my personal identifier, making it really easy for my tutor to identify who I am if she needs to print off the assignment. And the number at the bottom allows my tutor to be able to know what page they're reading. So I'm going to save that. Now for the structure of your assignment. As it states at the top of the structure of TMA01, which you can find in the assessment area at top or in the current week, so week 4. It tells you that you need to begin your assignment with a brief ethical statement, and then after that to put the parts in. So the first thing we're going to do now is put in our ethical statement. So you'll see I have written my ethical statement here. I've chosen to write, within this assignment I have adhered to the guidelines provided by BERA 2018 by changing all names of children, staff and the settings described. Now that lets my tutor know straight away that I have considered made ethical considerations about the writing that's going to appear below. And you'll see that my spacing of 1.5 has a massive space in between the sentences. This is making it easier for your tutors to mark and provide comments for your writing. So now we go back to our TMA structure in the assessment area, and we can see that this assignment has 5 parts. The part titles are provided in bold and of bigger writing. I'm going to use these for my subheadings, and I'm going to put them in right now by copying and pasting. So now, after copying and pasting, I'm left with some subheadings for my TMA. You'll see that they're the same colour as where I've copied them from, so I'm going to make sure that my entire document is consistent and make them black. I'm also going to delete the parts about how many words. Your subheadings count towards your entire word count, so you don't want to have any extra words that you don't need. If you want to keep the approximation of how many words you're supposed to use up while you're doing your drafts, I think that's a good idea, just to remind you of how many words each section is, but make sure to delete it at the end. Okay, so now I have subheadings. I'm going to keep them this font size so that it's clear that they are subheadings, and then I'm going to make sure the bits in between are back at 12, and here I can start typing. Hello. Oh, there we go. This is not 12, is it? Ah, they're all different font. I need to make sure That's something to see as well. I need to make sure my font is consistent, so we haven't got different fonts all the way through, and put it to Calibri. So I now have, actually I might also make these bold so you can really see that these are my subheadings. So now I have my subheadings. I want to make sure the font's the same size, brilliant. And now I can think about, adding in my content. I'm going to make sure to save it. In the structure area of TMA01, underneath the different parts, you'll see that part 4 asks you to put in, copy and paste a table, which is going to be your study plan. I'm going to click on the clickable link, and it takes me to activity 2.5. In 2.5 we can download a copy of the PDP table. I'll click here. It comes up as this page, but then it provides us with a clickable link that is the document that we'll need to copy and paste. This will come up in a different window. So once you've downloaded the PDP plan, it will look like this. You'll have 2 tables, but we only want 1. You need to right click in the crosshairs, usually at the corner here. So right click, click copy, and it will be ready for you to paste into your document. Once back in your document, you will click underneath your subheading that says My Study Plan, right click, and paste it in. Now, on the original document, there was a bit for the long-term goal. I'm going to type that in. Long-term goal. I'm going to make sure it's the right font size, which is 12. I'm also going to make sure the rest of the table is font size 12 as well. And here we have our table ready for when we're typing up our goals. Remember, click Save. In every assignment apart from TMA4, you will need to have your self-assessment checklist. You can get that from your assessment tab on the study planner. So I'm going to download this here, and I'll get my self-assessment document, which comes up on another screen. So once you download the TMA self-assessment checklist, it will come in a Word document like this, and the best way to do it is to make sure you get the crosshairs here, right click and choose copy. So crosshairs, right click, copy. So once I've downloaded the self-assessment checklist, I want to copy it as I have just done, and then paste it into my document. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose this option to paste, which is use destination theme. I will paste it underneath my subheading that's called self-assessment checklist. If you notice, when I put it into my document, it goes over my document margins. So I'm going to right click on the table again, and I'm going to auto fit it. So I'm going to auto fit it to the window. And there, it looks beautiful right in the middle. So I have my self-assessment checklist. Finally, after creating my subheadings, adding my checklist, I'm going to add something that isn't necessarily mentioned in the structure explicitly, and that is my reference list. And I'm just going to put references, and because I like to be neat and tidy, I'm going to insert a page break so it's on another page, and I have my reference list ready for me to put my reference list underneath. Now I've got my subhead, my title, my ethical statement, my subheadings, my self-assessment checklist, and my reference list ready. So I better press save. Okay, so my final document has my title, my ethical statement, my subheadings, my copied and pasted plan for my study plan, and my copied and pasted self-assessment checklist, and a reference list. It also has my header and footer. So my header has my name, the TMA number, my personal identifier, and the footer has the page number. I'm going to make sure to save my document, and we'll see that the entire TMA is in one document, and therefore I'll only be sending a single document to my tutor. I wish you all the best of luck with your TMA. If anything is unclear from this video, please email me on m.a.green@open.ac.uk or text me. But I will be going over the TMA in Saturday, the 31st October tutorial. So please turn up there at 10 AM. All the best of luck with it, but remember you can get in contact at any time.